As soon as the man accidentally dropped a Drake's egg on the ground and heard a rattling sound from inside the egg, he was stunned. Oh, that sounded like metal. When he looked closely, he found a shiny golden egg inside. Now the man's eyes lit up with excitement. He quickly brought it home to show his wife. But his wife was completely disheartened because that very morning she had sold the duck to a farmer. Now the man was furious with anger and immediately took his vehicle and rushed to the farmer. After a lot of bargaining, he bought the duck back at 3 times the price. But when he went to see the duck, he saw that all the ducks looked the same. Now how could he recognize his own? Then he remembered that his duck was afraid of the sound of a dog, so the whole family sat on the ground and started barking loudly like dogs. But there was so much noise around that it had no effect. Just then, as the boy, disappointed, was about to open the gate, all the ducks ran outside. Everyone ran and tried to catch them. A man even fell into the water and got soaked. By then, everyone thought it would be impossible to find the duck now. But just then, one duck started following the boy. Everyone ran over to him. Now, to see if this was the same duck, the man started barking loudly again, and to everyone's amazement, the duck laid another golden egg. Now everyone was overjoyed. After returning home, the two of them did the math. If the duck laid 4 eggs every 10 minutes and worked for 6 hours a day, they would earn 100,000 rupees daily and soon become millionaires. Now, the most important thing was to make sure that no one else found out about this. The man hid all the eggs and even got up at night himself to check on the duck. He closed the window and even pulled up the quilt. His wife was astonished to see this. The next morning, a call came from the bank about the loan. Now, the wife thought, let's take 1 egg and pay off the loan. But the bank refused to accept the golden egg. She went straight to the refinery and got it exchanged for a check. She paid off the loan and got the money. At first, the man was afraid that the secret might get out, but his friend said, come on, who would believe that a duck lays golden eggs? Now, the two of them started selling golden eggs all over the city and made a lot of money. The man even bought a big car for himself. But when there was a sudden flood of gold in the market, the government became suspicious. Secret agents were immediately assigned to keep an eye on the man. At that time, the man and his friend were overjoyed to see the duck's new egg. But they didn't know that their neighbor was watching everything from the nearby window. He thought, now this is going to be fun. He took a bicycle and went to the child who was playing with the duck and said, take the bicycle, give me the egg in return. The child happily agreed. The neighbor, a figure of quiet contemplation, he thought, now this is going to be fun. He took a bicycle and went to the child who was playing with the duck and said, take the bicycle, give me an egg in exchange. The child happily agreed. The neighbor sat down on the ground and started making dog-like sounds, and the duck actually laid an egg. Just then, his wife arrived, and seeing her face, everyone understood everything. Now the neighbor ran and told the government everything. The very next moment, government officials barged into the house and said, this is national property, we are confiscating it. The boy overheard this from upstairs, picked up the duck in his arms, jumped out the window, and ran off with the neighbor's bicycle. Now the government officials could only stare helplessly at the bicycle. The boy with the duck first hid in a truck, then crawled into a dumpster, but the smell there was too much for the duck to handle. It jumped out and ran straight onto the road. A traffic jam ensued, but the boy caught the duck again and escaped by getting into a friend's vehicle. As soon as they reached the rooftop, they saw the way ahead was blocked, so they started heading to another building via the stairs. But the stairs broke and the boy was about to fall. Just then, his father arrived and caught him. That's when they realized that the real treasure was their son, not the duck. Later, the man and the duck were brought before the court. The neighbor started barking like a dog right there, and the duck laid another egg. But when the judge broke the egg, there was nothing inside, it was just an ordinary egg. The man was acquitted, and the duck once again became just an ordinary pet. And that's where the movie ended.